Welcome back. Today I'm on a 6-year-old Honda CB1000R. And one thing I can't forget on today's spin are my earplugs. Because this thing is loud. Stupidly loud. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I'm really not a fan of a loud exhaust. Not my thing at all. So if I was to own this bike, that would be the first thing I would ditch from this. In fact, the stock exhaust I've always really admired. I thought it really suited the bike. And talking of which, let's introduce the bike. So this is the CB1000R. I think Honda called it back in the day their Super Sports Naked Cafe Neo Racer. I think they were ticking a lot of boxes in terms of the genre there, just to make sure they didn't get it wrong. Anyway, it's always been a bike I've admired. It's certainly one of those I would have bought on looks alone, and then hopefully that it performed and met all expectations afterwards. This is not my first ride. Normally I do first ride, first thoughts, but this is not. I have been playing around on this, and I'm sort of pleased that I have before I've made the video, because, well, spoiler alert, the way this bike has been set up by its previous lover, if you like, is certainly not for me. So, yeah, we've talked about the exhaust, the Leo Vinci exhaust. I think the bike has been remapped as well. So the power delivery, I mean, as soon as you wind it up, it's ridiculous. It is an old Fireblade engine in this bike. This 2019 bike, I'm not sure if I said 2019, so 6-year-old currently. But yeah, the engine is derived from a 2006 Fireblade, so massive amounts of torque and power delivery. It's like 143 brake horsepower at 10,500 revs. And something like 104 Newton meters of torque at 8,250 revs. So you do have to wind the bike up. I've done that, and I shall also aim to do that within the course of this video. So, without starting on a negative, and apologies for that, because of course, like any bike, you can change it around to suit your requirements. So, the riding position, we'll get out onto this main road first, and then I'll tell you about the riding position for me. Yeah, it's a real odd one, the riding position for this, because it's nearly like it's trying to, again, because of what Honda called this bike, or the genres that Honda gave this bike, it's nearly like it's trying to tick a few boxes as well with the riding position. So my legs feel as though I'm on a sports bike, but then my top half feels as though I'm just on a really sort of nice, relaxed, naked bike, because I'm sat upright, no weight at all on my wrists. It's a strange sensation. There's another YouTuber I follow, I love his channel, Andy Man Cam. I believe he had one of these. Now, Andy is about 7 foot tall, and I can't understand for the life of me how he actually fit one of these. So if he can fit one, then I'm sure I can at 5'8" with a 30-inch inseam, so I should stop complaining there. So yeah, it's a very relaxed riding position. Apart from the noise, I'm going to have to refrain from talking about the noise of this exhaust. But I will just say, if you lived in a housing estate and you started this up before 10 AM on a Sunday morning, you'd be reported. It's 212 kilograms wet weight as well. Oh Jesus, the brakes are amazing, but then they'd need to be with this engine. Yeah, 212 kilograms wet weight. And it really is so agile, nimble around the corners, as you can see. A lot of loose gravel here again. What's that about? So you can have a lot of fun on this. The suspension, yeah, the front suspension needs to be adjusted. It's fully adjustable suspension. Anyway, so you can play around with it, but it really feels as though it's loading up around the bends, and when I pop the brakes on like that, Yeah, it's an unbelievable amount of power in this 998cc Fireblade derived engine. You know, I've spent the last couple of rides wondering who this bike is for. Now, clearly it's for the deaf community. Sorry, I promise I'll stop the exhaust jokes. But I think, and I probably should come on to this towards the end of the review, but I think if this was your only bike, you'd have an awful lot of fun on it, because it can sort of do a little bit of everything. You could definitely go away touring on it, although the seat's not the most comfortable. You could definitely have a lot of fun if it was just your Sunday blast. And equally, well, again, because of the exhaust, I have a sneaky suspicion that this has been remapped. So if you were to put a stock exhaust back on it and remap it again, I think it would balance out the power delivery somewhat. It really is happy on twisty roads like this. It is having a blast with these roads. Just watch the speed limit here. It's very easy to go above the speed limit. There are a few different riding modes in this. I'm currently in Sport, which is basically the full amount of everything. It's got selectable traction control, engine braking and power delivery. And as well as Sport, there's a standard mode, then a rain mode and a user setting as well, where you can fine tune everything. So it is sort of fully programmable, if you like, in terms of how much of anything you want on it. I am going to take it onto a dual carriageway, but I think before we talk much more about the bike with me on it, let's just pull in and have a little look around, shall we? So here we have the Super Naked Neo Cafe Racer. I mean, I love the colour scheme of it. It really is such an eye-catching bike. Like I said, 212 kilograms wet weight, so not the lightest, but what I do love about this is the headlight at the front. It's instantly recognisable. I sort of love that signature on any bike, you know. You know, by that LED horseshoe, what type of bike it is when it's coming towards you. So let's start at the front. We have Shoei big piston forks upside down, fully adjustable, I think. Let's have a little look at the top. Yeah, rebound, compression and preload. And back down at the front we have the Tokiko 4-pot calipers. They are absolutely superb, as I've checked out a couple of times just on my way here, but then they'd need to be with the amount of power underneath this shell. 310 mil discs on the front. Now, clearly it's been accessorized. I believe all of these panels here come as standard, but stuff like the SW Motec belly pan and then the amount of R&G crash protection on it by the previous owner. I mean, this is the thing, when you buy something like a 6-year-old bike, you can modify it to how you want, because there are loads of third-party mods available at this stage, you know. It's probably a little bit unfair as well to talk too much about the mods, because if you were buying a stock bike, obviously it wouldn't come with all of this stuff on. I'm just showing you basically what the previous lover had done. Talking of which, yeah, Leo Vinci. Let's just gloss over that, will we? And at the rear, obviously we have the single-sided swing arm. I love these cast wheels as well. It really all feeds into the overall superb look. I know I keep talking about the look. In Ireland, we don't get much chance to test ride an awful lot of bikes. You sort of have to take a bit of a gamble and buy them, and then find out what they're like afterwards. And you know, something like this, the way it's set up at the moment, I'd be doing an awful lot to change it back to its standard setting. You can see the adjustment collar there on the Shoei suspension, and you can see it's all the way wound out. So it was literally smacking the base of my spine on the way here over the little bump. So before I take my next ride out on it, I'll be adjusting that rear suspension. I can literally feel every stone from the road, so that just needs to be wound in a little bit. The seat, okay, yeah, and I know I'm on a bit of a negative roll here, but the seat's not for me. That's an 830 mil seat height. You can get a lower seat for the bike. One thing which is good, and I'll show you this on a separate shot, is that it comes very narrow at the front, so even a shorty like me can get his feet on the deck. and again R&G rear light modifications in there. So clearly whoever's had this has really tailor-made it to his or her own. Now, one thing you might be familiar with this bike is a lot of previous owners, not with this particular model, but people who've owned the CB1000R have complained of paint problems. Now, I can't say anything apart from whoever's had this has clearly looked after it as well, because the paintwork on the tank especially, I mean obviously there's knee pads here, so I don't know what's going on under there, but the paintwork is absolutely pristine. It really has been looked after, this bike. For a bike which delivers this much power as quick as it does, I'd want to be changing up the box, you know, with maximum efficiency. So a quick shifter for me would be the first thing I'd be looking to get on a bike like this. So I pretty much hit on the different riding modes on the way here. It's very intuitive. You can select them just with the small button here, just going through the different riding modes like that. And it's very bright, even for my aging eyesight. No problems at all. It's not overly sunny today, as you can tell, but as you can see there as well, that's the traction, engine braking and power delivery in different modes. You can see as I'm selecting through the modes how that's all been affected as well. No need for me to start programming a user setting mode, but you get the gist of it. Yeah, very bright, very easy to read. Honestly, this exhaust noise would just ruin a nice relaxing ride, but then maybe that's not what the bike is for. Maybe it is a hooligan machine, because it definitely has the capability of being that. I just want to pull away in first gear. Oh my god, 100 kilometers in first gear, and there was no sign of it stopping. I'm just going to try the brakes here, nothing behind me. Oh my god, absolutely unbelievable, but they need to be. The airflow as well over one's self is very nice and smooth, no buffeting at all. I love that about any naked bike. Fourth gear. Oh wow, oh jeepers, I've just left everybody standing there behind me. Yeah, okay. Hello, Fireblade. So now I see exactly what the fuss is about. The bike is starting to win me around a little bit now. I'm so fickle, aren't I? Dare I say it, I really did need the bike to impress me, because whilst I said earlier on, it can sort of do a little bit of everything. It wasn't really excelling at anything, if I'm totally honest, but yeah, now I see what it's for. Yeah, this is a fun bike. It's a hooligan bike. It's yeah, it's to make you smile bike. Now I get it. Okay. Yeah, even the torque in 6th gear. Jeepers. That is ridiculous. But the airflow is really smooth still, even at stupid speed. Okay, on that note, fairly quick review this one. Who's it for? Yeah, somebody who wants to have the crack, without a doubt. This bike, it just, yeah, it makes you smile, okay? So once again, massive thank you to Terence Healy Motorcycles. Check out their website. I doubt this bike will be for sale very long. It looks amazing. It's been impeccably looked after, not a single scratch on it. And yeah, we've just seen what sort of fun it offers as well. So but check out Terence Healy's website there. You never know, it may well be for sale. If this is gone, maybe you'll consider purchasing another one. Hope this review has helped you somewhat. I really enjoy riding these older, not new bikes. It's great to see how bikes used to be, and great to see how much fun. I mean, what a lot of us are led to believe you can only have fun with all of the latest electronics and gadgetry and everything. Absolute bollocks. This thing has bucket loads of fun. You'd never get bored of this. This is, yeah, this is incredible. I'm gonna have to go before I lose my license. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. Have a brilliant week, ride safe, unlike what I'm doing at the moment, so I will slow down. Dave Perry, WheelieGoodTV, it's a wrap.